What's going on, everybody? It's Victor here, 40s Fade, and on today's episode of Clipped, I'm bringing you guys a super simple recipe on how to naturally sauce a high taper. Shout out my boy Isaac. We're buzzing him with a 10 clip and immediately jumping into the high taper. We're going to go ahead and debulk with the 3 clip and the levers closed. I'll normally use a 2 open on the high taper, but it's my first time giving my boy a high taper. So for the sake of staying safe and keeping everything as dark as possible, I used the 3 clip. Now with our saber trimmer, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set our ball guideline, and we're gonna make sure that we completely remove the entire hook. Always come back through with your shaver. It's not a skin taper without the shaver. And now we're gonna set our next guideline with the half clip and the levers closed, and we're only gonna go up about 1/2 inch. Now notice how I don't completely swipe off the vertical bar. I still have darkness on the vertical bar and above the ear. Same thing with the 1 clip and the lever open. We're gonna set another guideline right above that one, exact same width, parallel, and we're not gonna touch the vertical bar, and we're not gonna go too into above the ear. We're gonna maintain that darkness as much as possible. That's what's gonna make this naturally pop. Look, fingers width, 1/2 inch. Same. Now the 3 lever close, we're gonna come back through and we're just gonna debulk again, just to really make sure that we have that shape. Now we have the 1.5 with the lever closed, and we're just gonna soften that line between the 1 open and the 3 closed. Doing 1 or 2 swipes is gonna soften it, and then when we open up the lever to the 1.5, then that's when we're really flicking to blend into the 3. And now with the 1.5, we open the lever, and using strictly corners, we're gonna flick into the 3. And with the 1.5, you don't really necessarily have to be so careful when it comes to cutting over the vertical bar or above the ear, because you'll still be able to maintain that darkness that you want. And now with the half clip, lever halfway open, using strictly corners, we're gonna soften that guideline between the half clip closed and the 1 clip. And we're still not cutting completely over the vertical bar. We are getting closer to the vertical bar and above the ear, but we're not cutting over it because we're still trying to preserve that darkness as much as possible. So we're just softening it, and then we're gonna open the lever, and still straight corners, we're flicking into the darkness. Now we're just attacking dark spots with the 0.5. Still getting closer to the vertical bar, but we're not cutting over the vertical bar. The 0.5 guard, lever open, will still completely remove all the darkness that you're trying to save, and all that hard work goes away, and it sucks. Now we have no guard and the levers closed. This has 5 lever positions. You got closed, a little more than closed, halfway, a little more than halfway, and then all the way open. And we're just gonna lever play, starting from closed. We're gonna do 1 or 2 swipes, then we're gonna open the lever. We're gonna do 1 or 2 swipes, then we're gonna open the lever. 1 or 2 swipes, and then open the lever again, all the way up until we're all the way open. But by the time the lever is all the way open, the entire blend should already be there, and you're just kind of freehanding and attacking any dark spots. And now my lever is all the way open, and I zoomed in. That way you guys can get a better view of how it is that I attack these dark spots. Now you can see that the blend is not perfect. I can't stress this enough. In order to save time and to save effort, make sure that the basic blend is there. Do minor details. That's what I'm doing right now. Make sure the blend is there, then outline, and then do the actual detailing. You can see that I do end up kind of pushing up the blend just a little bit, but that's okay. When that happens, don't panic. Just come back through with no guard and lever play it out. You'll be all right. And now when it comes to doing the lineup around the ear, I like to clip over comb with my trimmer. And I like using the trimmer because it gets it tighter and it fits in tighter spots, you know. But always clip over comb before your outline. That way you can actually see what you're cutting and you're not cutting too much bulk, you know. You want to remove as much weight, you want to remove as much bulk as possible when you're setting any kind of guideline or any kind of lineup. And now that my blend is set and I did the lineup around the ear, I'm going to come back through and I'm going to detail the taper just a little bit more. And now I'm lever playing with my half clip, really just trying to work out that darkness around the ear while keeping a naturally dark lineup. And this is only going to be possible through strictly corners, precision, and a lot of patience. And now I'm clip over combing with my trimmer any excess bulk that's on the hairline. And I come back through and I thinning shear over comb to soften any harsh lines that the clip over comb might have left. I'm sorry that I skip a lot of the hairline work. The angles weren't the best, so I had to cut some stuff out. And now from the center is where I start the lineup. I work my way towards one side, I do the vertical bar, and then I come back through and I make sure that the vertical bar is sharp. And now I'm coming through and I'm making sure that I hit the entire lineup with the razor. Razor work is super important. Always try to go against the grain around the ear. That's always going to ensure that you get the crispiest lineup. Repetition is key. It could be scary, it could be intimidating at first. I can't tell you how many times I've nicked somebody, unfortunately, but that's the learning curve that you have to go through in order to be proficient. Repetition, bro, don't be afraid. And now I'm just coming back through and I'm detailing the taper. I'm making sure that it blends into the hairline as smooth as possible. And now you take those exact same steps and you repeat it 2 more times. But YouTube, that's basically the cut. Right now I'm just doing some minor detail work, clip over combing, making sure that those tapers are nice and tight in together. Doing some final razor work, making sure that the lineups are nice and crispy. But please let me know what you guys thought. I hope that this helped. But this is the cut. I hope you guys fuck with it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Send it to your homies. Try it. It's a super simple beginner method. And I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.